the meanwhile, here on 5 Live, I want to quickly shift focus to something that the world is looking at very, very angrily. The United Kingdom has now become the 7th country in the world to reject China's COVID-19 testing kits. Imagine that. After purchasing millions of these testing kits, the UK says that 3.5 million of these bought from China are unreliable and dangerous to use. Take a look. As the world war against coronavirus hits a peak, China has just been exposed in the biggest possible way. You're wondering, how much more could it be exposed? Good question. First, let's remind you where we are with China's COVID-19 test kits exported around the world. Chinese test kits to Spain, defective. Chinese test kits to Netherlands, defective. Chinese test kits to Ukraine, defective. Chinese test kits to Czech Republic, defective. Chinese test kits to Turkey, defective. And now, in the biggest setback to China, the UK has officially declared 3.5 million Chinese antibody test kits practically useless. According to British media reports, Professor John Newton, recently appointed the UK's head of coronavirus testing, has declared that the tests could only identify immunity in people who'd been severely infected with coronavirus. His indictment is scathing, declaring that of the 3.5 million Chinese antibody test kits acquired by the UK, none of the kits work sufficiently and are not good enough for large-scale use. The Health Secretary has even declared that the test kits failed at the evaluation stage, performed poorly, and their use could have adverse consequences. The rejection of the Chinese kits is also a setback to British Prime Minister Boris Johnson's view that antibody testing will be a game changer and necessary before the British lockdown can be lifted. The British PM himself grabbed headlines yesterday when his COVID-19 symptoms worsened, forcing him to be admitted to intensive care. While he hasn't reacted yet to the rejected Chinese kits, China has. But the damage is now done. From Spain to Netherlands to Turkey, Ukraine, Czech Republic to the Philippines and now the UK, the wave of rejections to Chinese kits is growing. Thankfully, India won't be on the list of recipients of China's questionable kits. But as Chinese businesses seek to profit from the global pandemic that originated there, the world seeks answers. Bureau Report, India Today.